Hi, I am CJ Devgn, and welcome to another edition of Breaking Barriers, where my goal is to provide you with proven tools to help you transform your business. We are living in times where business, as usual, is not sustainable. Because new disruptors are arriving every day, therefore, you too must reinvent and break barriers that are holding you back. If you are struggling to grow your business, check out my website at cjdevgn.com and learn about my consulting and coaching services, and let's talk.
In the last episode, we spoke about the benefits of new farm laws introduced by the government. In this episode, I will discuss the challenges and why there is so much anger in the ranks of the farmers. We have all experienced how hard it is to change. Farmers are used to APMC. They feel secure with MSP programs in place. We all know how agriculture prices are subject to volatility. They are afraid to be at the mercy of private corporate houses that are 1,000 times bigger than them. I support giving people choices, but they need to be ready and understand how to effectively take advantage of them. For your users to accept change, they need to be engaged and their concerns, valid or fictitious, need to be addressed. We cannot import best practices from the developed nations because, unlike farmers in the Western Hemisphere, where an average farm is 800 acres, an average Indian farmer cultivates a farm under 2 acres. And the sad part is that a majority of Indian farmers are poor, hardly middle or high school graduate, and barely have enough resources to survive one season. Because of these factors, their appetite for change is low. There is a saying, one in hand, two in bushes. Farmers are happy with the devil they know versus devil lurking in the woods. What do you think keeps a farmer awake at night? What is he most afraid of? In my opinion, and yes, I do come from a farming family. My grandfather and uncles were farmers, and during summer breaks, I used to visit our village in Gurdaspur district of Punjab. I've firsthand seen the hard work and sweat that goes into growing a crop. Though playfully, I have participated in plantation of paddy rice during the monsoon season. I won't be too far out if I say that farmers worry about one, how weather and climatic factors would impact their crops. Factors such as no rain or too much rain, high winds, hail, fire, pests, etc. Two, once they have a good produce, how would they get a good price? Or price volatility will erode all their margins. I'm not against the intentions of the laws to provide farmers more better opportunities, but we have to prepare them to identify and take on these opportunities. Do you know most Indian farmers only know to grow a limited number of crops that their parents grew and one marketplace to sell? Transformation of every sector is must. I understand and I even advocate it, but not in this manner. You may ask why? Because the majority of our farmers lack knowledge and tools to unlock opportunities that may be presented by these laws. For example, how to diversify and identify new in-demand crops to grow, how to procure best seeds for these crops, what type of supporting material technology is required for efficient operation of their farms, how to find new buyers, how to find new channels to sell them, and above all, how to secure a decent minimum price for their produce using future contracts. In my opinion, before we bring in these reforms, we must prepare our farmers by organizing structured programs to educate them on how to use modern instruments to secure their future. Create a safety net for their produce. A farmer must be granted a unit price for their crop before even a single seed is put into their farmland. Find a way to protect them from natural disasters by providing state-sponsored agricultural insurance. Develop and then share best practices and techniques to increase productivity. Provide them with seeds and other technology required to operate a farm. Give them access to cheap credit. And find ways to transport and store their produce once it is cultivated. How we achieve this has to be thought through by experts. I'm no expert in this field. But my only request is please engage and consult your key stakeholders. In this case, various farmer groups who are getting impacted by these changes. Now, do we establish cooperatives which provides support to farmers with an oversight from state and local agencies? For one thing, I can guarantee that government has to play some role and cannot wash their hands and allow free market forces to decide the fate of our farmers. Because as much as I support free market economic theories to grow one's income, experience has shown us that to compete in free market and especially against big corporate houses, one needs to be educated, financially sound, and above all, there ought to be guardrails in forms of regulations to ensure a fair playing field for weaker players in the game. In conclusion, I am in favor of deregulations, but at the same time, we have to protect our farmers against the detrimental impact of price volatility. We, we need to slow the pace of change by taking baby steps before we introduce farmers to market forces or remove subsidies completely. Farmers are already facing slow growth and are buried under debt, forcing many to take their lives. We must create a safety net for our farmers, especially the small farmers. We have to provide our farmers a good standard of living, which is only possible if we remove uncertainties from factors like climate changes or price volatility. A low income threatens not only the viability of a small farmer, but also brings human suffering and catastrophe in form of migration to cities. A topic for another day.
That is it for today. Thank you for listening. Let's go out and break barriers and generate new possibilities. Please be sure to visit our website at cjdevgn.com. And if you like our show, please subscribe, leave a rating, and a review for us on iTunes.